Hello and welcome to Carl's COVID Comics Challenge. And it is day 11. My COVID hair is getting pretty great. My face and my neck are trying their hardest to convince me to do Frog Thor cosplay. But I kind of like having a chin, so I've got to figure out something between now and then. This particular lighting that I'm in right now isn't maybe the best. I wonder if I don't know that there's good lighting for me right now. As most of you out there, I'm not maybe feeling or looking my best, but we continue on with our project in which I buy piles of comic books from local comic book shops from the stock they have on the shelf that isn't moving, that was in people's pull files that had neglected to buy them or have found themselves unable to pay for their pull files now that they're underemployed or unemployed under the quarantine from COVID. Today, I read a comic book from my second stack from Legend Comics and Coffee. I would like to mention that I picked this one specifically from the pile of 4 that I chose to read first because I thought to myself, this is an Avengers book. It is a main Avengers title book. It's not a spin-off. This is not a imaginary story. This is not an Elseworlds. This is Avengers in their normal chronological run. And so I thought this would be a good one to start with. They surely wouldn't do anything super crazy, bonkers, bananas that would tick me off. And I would be able to power through the pile I chose for today. I had 4 comic books chosen. I had not even taken a picture of those 4 comics yet. And I read Avengers 23. It says on the front, attacked by Avengers Mountain. I don't know what Avengers Mountain is. Apparently it's like a celestial that's like frozen in magic or ice or magic ice of something of that sort. But I never really fully find out what's going on. But I can tell you that this comic book sucked in a way that maybe throw out that I'm trying to stay as positive as possible on these. This is -2 out of 5. This was so bad I didn't read any more comic books. I could not. This sucked the last bit of steam out of me to read this comic book. This is an Avengers book written by someone who watched James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy movies and wanted to do that with the Avengers characters, but at the base of their abilities as a writer just couldn't find a way to translate even a copy of someone else's style into a comic book. I haven't bothered to look who wrote this particular comic book, so let's do that together. Today, we are reading a comic book written by Jason Aaron. Holy effing S. Jason Aaron wrote this. It's terrible. It is probably the worst comic book I've read from a publishing house with more than like 4 states of distribution in a long, long time. And that's from someone who doesn't know how to write comic books very well. This is just stupid on a level that Marvel deserves not to reopen if this is what they're going to put out with these amazing characters that they own. They should just be licensing these IPs out to people who care and love comic books and don't constantly feel like they have to just do something +1 because they've done everything under the sun and they have 600 titles they have to get out a month. They need to just do something quality with these quality characters. I realize it's a serialized story and that sometimes you're going to have low points. But this, again, we're reading in the middle of a continuity, but comics don't stick around forever if everybody, well, they would if everybody started at number 1 and stayed with it. But the understanding is that you have to do something to grab people on the newsstand midway through. Otherwise, they wouldn't bother with the covers after like number 1. They intend for you to jump in. Now, they do these arcs where you jump in on an arc, and this is like partway through. One thing they failed to notice on the front of this comic book was that the storyline this is a part of doesn't really have a lot to do with Avengers Mountain as it does Ghost Rider. This is part 2 of the challenge of the Ghost Riders. And half of this comic is spent in literal hell, which annoys me to no end with Marvel Comics lately. Hulk has been to hell. The Avengers have been to hell. It's just irritating. But it happens in hell, and there is a sort of penis measuring contest and a drag race between a couple different Ghost Riders while they're in hell. And that particular part of this story, the B story that pops in and out between action scenes, it's like someone watched the movie Grease and then Fast and the Furious and thought we should do that with superheroes, and then watched the Nick Cage Ghost Rider movie for inspiration on how to get the tone right. It's bad. But what we have in the remainder of this comic book are a bunch of superheroes I normally like, with hellish forces loose, I think, in an Avenger compound of some sort. I still never got an idea of where they were, but the Son of Satan is in here. There is malevolent forces from hell that are leaking into reality, and to deal with that, the Avengers are wearing hazmat suits with pentagrams on them. And Cap isn't the only one wearing one. People start donning these after a while, and they're wearing them. They have hazmat suits available to protect you from forces from hell, from energies from hell, evil forces, evil supernatural forces. And they think to print not a hazmat symbol or no symbol whatsoever, or the Avengers logo, but like some sort of black magic insignia with a pentagram in the middle. Oh man, it sucks. Oh, it hurts so bad. There's someone out there that loves this and just hates me for not liking this. Or there's someone out there that loves Jason Aaron and hates me for not liking this. But this is pure and utter bullcrap of comic books. I'm angry that I read this. And right when I thought it's almost done, and I couldn't wait to peel back this sticker and send it off to Jerry and see if he was going to be able to pull it down so he could read it and tell me what he thought, and like rub my face in the fact that he thought it was okay, which hasn't happened yet. I would hope that isn't the case, but people's tastes are different. And then I got to the last page, and here's this dum-dum again. Cosmic Ghost Rider. Frank Castle from the kind of future, kind of not, kind of from hell. Powers of Vengeance. Easily becoming not only my least favorite Marvel book, comic book character, but also is becoming a bit of a canary in a gold mine for me not liking it. Hiding him on the last page was genius. It wasn't really a last page reveal. He was, I think, somewhere a little bit earlier. He kind of showed up with the Fast and the Furious drag race scenes from hell. There's a part when they literally shoot zombie cannons at each other to slow each other down. Yeah. But anyway, Jason Aaron, people love Jason Aaron. They love his work. I think I have, although I think other than Thor, I can't remember what else I've read from him that I really, really liked. And that isn't really a flaw on his part. It's a flaw on my part. I'm just terrible with names. But I do remember he wrote a lot of Thor that I enjoyed. But Jason Aaron on Avengers, man, this is the wrong scratch for my itches. I read one comic today, and that's it. And I hope the other ones are better that I tackle tomorrow. There was a Superman, Batman, and then there was two others from Marvel that I can't even remember because I was so angry about this one. Until tomorrow, please support your local comic book stores. If you have to buy something from Marvel, do not buy anything from the Avengers run either prior or immediately after issue 23. Avoid 22, avoid 24. You'll probably be safe. It's crap. If you don't have a local comic book store that's still open or during the COVID deal, or if you don't have one, period, I have two, and both of them are offering delivery via mail, at least in the continental United States. So Escape Pod Comics in New York, Legend Comics and Coffee, Omaha, Nebraska. I've raved about Legend Comics and Coffee, how if you're local, you can drive through. They have a drive-through for their coffee shop, and they will sell you your comics at the same time climb through that window. You don't even have to turn off your vehicle or get out of your car. Mwah, it's wonderful. I don't know how I'll ever go back to actually having to walk into the store. Actually, I kid, because I miss the people so much. I just want to see Dave and Wendy so bad, and I can't wait till it's all over. But until next time, support your local comic book store, your local bookstores. Give them your money. Buy stuff that's already on the shelf and not moving. You will have fun, even when it's terrible. Trust me. I'm doing this for you. I'm proving to you that if I can enjoy it, you can enjoy it. If you need help figuring out how to support local comic book stores, let me know. Send me an email, write comments below, whatever you got to do. Stay healthy, stay happy, get a friggin' mask regardless of what so-called experts are telling you. Wear it when you go to the grocery store. I'm a pharmacist. That's my prescription to you, is it may not stop COVID from spreading. It's going to give you a lot of protection from respiratory spittle by wearing one, and you're going to protect other people as well. We should have been wearing them from the beginning. It's ridiculous that the recommendations have said otherwise. So, until next time, stay healthy, stay happy, buy comics, support local, and I love you. Goodbye.